We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Warning. Warning. Jermel Charlo hits really hard. Terence Crawford warned that Jermel Charlo hits really hard by Regis Prograis. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you come in and smash the like button. The best in the business. SLC. Subscribe, like, and comment. Now, Regis Prograis did an interview. Link is in the description. He talks about Errol Spence and Crawford. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I'll talk about some of those quotes, but I want to open up with the topic you see in the video. And regarding Crawford possibly moving up to 54-pound division to campaign and, like, you know, talking trash to Jermel Charlo and fighting. I mean, Jermel Charlo, he has to be the number one at 154. He's undisputed. So all roads really lead to Jermel at this current time. Regarding that fight, Regis Prograis, after, and just for your note's sake, just note this down. Regis Prograis said Crawford and Errol is such a close fight, he's not certain. But then this is what he said about Crawford moving up to 154. He says, quote, "I think he can go up to 154 pounds, but I don't think he could beat Jermel Charlo. Terence Crawford gets hit too, and I don't see him taking those punches. Jermel hits hard. Jermel hits hard. He really do. He really hits hard. He can box too, but that MFer really has some power in both of his hands. So I think Crawford can definitely go up skill-wise. I think he can definitely go up. But to mess with Jermel Charlo, I don't think he can mess with Jermel at this current point, in this current moment. Jermel is one of the few people right now in boxing that we could say he's the best in the division, like literally. He has all the belts. Jermel is the best. He really should get more credit because right now you can't even say that about Errol Spence. Errol and Crawford, you can't say it about either one of them. At 135, Devin is truly the man, but it's still conversations. People say you've got Gervonta Davis and Devin, then you got Shakur Stevenson who's moving up, but Devin truly has all the belts, so he should be the number one guy. Still, people would say other stuff. He starts talking about his division, and he says, but at 154, it should be no debate. Jermel Charlo is the man at 154, hands down. Jermel, the best at 154 in the world. If you say who's the champ, anybody on the street, if you say who's the best boxer at 154, everybody in the street will say Jermel Charlo. He's the best, hands down. So I always like when fighters give due credit. Like I want in life, I just want everything that's fair. You know, I don't ever ask for something that's not mine. You know, I like to work for it. And that's why you see my channel and the successes we have, because I don't want nothing given to me. So I'm not asking for fighters to, you know, be buddy-buddy, but sometimes you get fighters in interviews and then they start saying a bunch of poppycock and it just sounds foolish and it sounds like they're hating and stuff like that. So it's refreshing to hear Regis Prograis, and, you know, he's giving love to Charlo. And more people in boxing should be giving that same love to Charlo because, after all, he is undisputed and he went through certain difficulties and quite the journey to get there. And he did it thoroughly. He knocked out like most of his title fights. Castano, Tony Harrison in the rematch, you know, Jason Rosario. So it's like, not only did Jermel become undisputed, he did it with tough people coming off good wins and, you know, good performances and stuff. So he's definitely the best at 154. Listen, I agree with Regis Prograis. This is not a slight to Terence Crawford at all. But I mean, one thing, I'm not too big. I want to see Errol Spence Crawford before too many conversations break out about Crawford and Jermel Charlo. However, both guys have engaged each other and, you know, taking jabs at each other, taking shots at each other. So it is what it is. I will occasionally talk about it, but I'm old school. You know, I'm old school in the sense I think it's better to be more realistic with the fights and talk about fights that are likely to happen and make more sense. And I think that is Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. However, where my mind is right now, if the Spence fight didn't happen and somehow Al Heyman and PBC decided to give Crawford an opportunity at Jermel Charlo, I don't know how Crawford would beat him. And it sucks because I really like Crawford. And I just got to be honest with you. I just think at 154, that's the type of fight where it could be good, it could be competitive, but that's super dangerous, like Regis Prograis is saying. Because Jermel got cracks. I was at a lot of his fights, by the way. You know, I covered the night Jermel Charlo became a champion when he beat John Jackson and knocked him out. I was there for that fight. It was in Vegas. You know, I had a great time. Errol Spence was there, Julian J. Rock Williams. I sat behind Keisha Cole because this is when everyone found out Keisha Cole and Virgil Hunter, that was her dad or whatnot. So all in all, I don't really doubt Crawford in most of his matches, but at 54, I think without acclimating, that I would have to see Crawford beat Jermel Charlo. Because again, like Regis Prograis is saying, he's a natural 54 pounder. He's not and the crazy thing is Jermel is not even the biggest 154 pounder. Like guys like Jarrett Hurd look huge next to him, but he knows how to box. His jab is killer, and he vicious body and headshots, combination punching, ring IQ, you know, uses his feet. And Jermel, he's definitely improving. Not that he was weak before, but Jermel's definitely improving because I'm starting to see different wrinkles in his game. Like the way he fought, the adjustment, the mid-fight adjustment in the last Castano fight, right? That was impressive because the first Castano fight played out how it played, but you could see more of the boxing side of Jermel Charlo when he's fighting Jason Rosario, when he's fighting Castano in these dangerous fights. He did show a lot. He's not just like some mindless guy trying to knock you out. And truth be told, that's how the knockouts come. The knockouts come when you don't look for it. Just like love. You could go on a dating app and you're looking for the perfect spouse, you know, future wife to be and stuff, but you may not find it. You can look, you know, you don't really know, but love will come to you. You know, a lot of times you just star-crossed lovers. You'll find that somebody who just comes in your life and then build from that. So it's like, I think the same thing when it comes to the sport of boxing. If you're really in there and you're going looking for a knockout, that's one of the easiest ways to look bad and or get knocked out yourself because you're trying to press the issue. And, you know, I have a lot of analogies and I try to use sometimes things that people may know about. So again, back to the female analogy, it's like this, is if you give a girl your number and you just start blowing her up, that's probably a turnoff. She doesn't really know you. You got to let the girl come to you. You know, or if you had a date with the girl and, you know, let her text you occasionally. Don't just, you know, constantly bombard her and blow up her phone with text. Same thing in boxing. You don't want to overly push for the knockout and search for the knockout. Because even like the Pacquiao Juan Manuel Marquez Part 4 fight, Pacquiao kind of jumped into a perfectly timed Marquez right hand because he was getting too overzealous and too confident because he was trying to finish Marquez and put a stamp on it, but Marquez wasn't ready to go, obviously. So Jermel Charlo, he showed a lot of agility, he showed a lot of ability, a lot of poise, and a lot of skill. So there's a saying, it says, a great little man loses to the big good man. And the difference is Charlo's looking great for this generation at 54. He's looking like he's really putting a stamp. And Terence Crawford is great. But if you're going great for great, then one guy has a supreme weight advantage and more experience at the higher weight. Like I said, if Terence Crawford does what he says he's going to do, I mean, there will be no question about his Hall of Fame status. You know, some people say whatever they want to say, but if he beats Errol Spence and then beats Jermel Charlo, then it's undeniable. But beating Errol is a tall ask. Beating Charlo is a tall ask. Reason being, they're great fighters. Great fundamentals, great jab. One's bigger. You know, they have differences in their styles, but same trainer, things like that. So I understand Crawford saying it, but for me, I come from a place where you got to do more than say it. You know, you got to show it. So Regis Prograis was asked about Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. He says he really doesn't know. I really don't. At first, I was all Errol. I fought Errol in the amateurs, stuff like that. For me, it was all Errol. I know he's strong. He's the bigger man, but Crawford has been destroying people. Crawford fought Shawn Porter and he fought Kell Brook. He knocked both of them out. Now, this is just my 2 cents. That's Regis Prograis' opinion. I really don't understand why people keep bringing up Shawn Porter got knocked out by Crawford and didn't get knocked out and Errol had a tougher fight. Yeah, that could be true. You know, he did knock him out and Errol's fight was tougher, but Errol also fought Shawn Porter when he was a champion before his podcast, before he was doing all, like, when Crawford got him, he was on a 400-day layoff, to which the last fight he fought was against Sebastian Formella. And he was doing podcasts and he was doing commentary for Ring City and Triller and PBC. So his schedule was booked. He might have started falling, because who wouldn't want to dress up in suits, you know, be next to Kate Abdo and, you know, Lennox Lewis and stuff and call the fights. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't personally feel that Shawn Porter had the same effort level in the Crawford fight as the Errol Spence fight. I just don't. I mean, even his dad pretty much said that. Kenny Porter said Shawn wasn't listening to him all the way. And Shawn Porter corroborated this too, said we did some things different and I couldn't give him as much as I wanted in the training. So, you know, it is what it is. That's why I can't keep, my thing is this, Crawford knocked him out, but at the same time, I can't act oblivious to all the facts that I know about it and just say, oh, but Errol could knock him out. Errol also fought him in 2019, not 2021, with all those differences in podcasting and stuff that I just mentioned. Let me know what you guys think. Regis Prograis, he says Terence Crawford basically ain't ready for Jermel Charlo. Jermel Charlo's too much. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with Regis Prograis, or do you think Terence Crawford can beat Jermel? And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with a $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.